Vanakkam Ellarakum, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, and I look forward to this conversation. And let's begin. So I was born in Sri Lanka, Colombo, capital city of Sri Lanka. And then when I was very young, say, I think, my father moved us to an ancestral town, which is Point Pedro. And so I started my early childhood education at Hartley College in the north. Yeah, I mean, childhood was fun. We played a lot of cricket, soccer games. I guess you guys call it footy or something. And yeah, Kurumbu Theater, when you are young, you do a lot of mischief stuff. It was fun. It was a laughter-loaded life until after 1983, the Black July riots. Slowly, the war took momentum in the north. And then 87, 86, 87 is when it peaked, at least in Varamarachi area, which is where I'm from. And yeah, since then, all you hear is gunshots and bombs and death. And so it became immediately very dark around us. And then, saw my friends dying from time to time. That was pretty dark. So it was pretty traumatic for many, including myself. And 87 is when what they call the Operation Liberation, which was a government orchestrated military execution of rounding up many young men between the age of 14 and 40. So they rounded up 2,700 of us and sent us to the south, where we were kept for a few months. And that was pretty much the end of Sri Lanka for me. In 88, I left, and here I am living in a free country and having this conversation. For a long time, I had this rage, I would call it, that was sort of lurking beneath always, and wasn't able to tell that story, my story and our story, to the world. And I thought, writing this might be helpful to maybe go back to the past and address some of the issues. So firstly, it was really cathartic, writing the story. It gave me a reason to put things in perspective and to be able to reconcile within myself, and to be able to tell our collective story to the world was really a privilege. And the amount of response I've gotten from many Tamils around the globe, my generation and the younger generation, it gave people my sense that those who have either directly or indirectly impacted by the Sri Lankan tyranny, it gave them a platform to grieve. This book gave that opportunity. And for the younger generation, I think it gave them an insight window, a lens into the parents' past. By that, they were able to also, in some ways, it's what they call the generational trauma, intergenerational trauma, and many have that. And I think it gave them a sense of relief. In many cases, I have gotten notes by young people saying that they finally understand the parents' predicament and what they had to go through. So I think putting all that together, it gave me a sense of relief that I was able to be a conduit for this conversation, personally and also collectively. I would say, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we're challenged to change ourselves. வாழ்க்கையில் நாம் நமது சூழ்நிலையை மாற்ற முடியாத போது நம்மை நாமே மாற்றிக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். That's one message. Because if you read through the book, you'll see how much I was trying to change and rebrand myself, so I don't feel like a victim, but think like a victor. because the path to happiness begins and ends in one's mind. Because all you can control in life is how you respond to life. Um, Basically, you, if I were to say it in Tamil, மகிழ்ச்சியான பாதை மனதில் தொடங்கி என் மனதில் முடிகிறது. அதான் என்னுடைய ஒரு வியூ. வாழ்க்கையில் நீங்கள் கட்டுப்படுத்தக்கூடியது நீங்கள் வாழ்க்கையின் சவால்களை எவ்வாறு பதிலளிக்கிறீர்கள் என்றுதான். It's how you are controlling. All you can control in life is how you respond to life, because the path to happiness begins and ends in one's mind, as you said. So we are all worthy of the life we desire, and it really depends on two conditions: freedom and choice. And I've said this in the book, and I'll say it again. The world should only guarantee a human being two things: freedom and choice. When you have freedom and choice, you'll be rewarded for the good choices you make, and you'll be punished for the bad choices you make. And that's the price of freedom. And as people who have fled countries like Sri Lanka to come to friendlier shores like Australia, Canada, UK, US, and all people, younger people who are born in those countries, it is our responsibility to protect freedom and choice. And that's really the last message, the last chapters, because those are precious commodities, and we should embrace freedom, we should enhance freedom, and we should protect freedom. And the only thing we can do is, when we leave this planet or your countries, you leave it better than you have found it. And that's my final message.